So here's this week's top sneaker releases, and the first one up is the Nike Book 1 Desert Camo. I think this was delayed by a few days, but I do keep an eye on this. I think the Book 1 had some really good colorways come out over the last year or so, and this one being similar sort of thing really, and taking inspiration from the Jordan camo sneakers, I suppose. And then also from Nike, we've got this SB Dunk Low Sequoia, kind of this sort of dark green color. Good time to release these, going sort of into the autumn winter time. After this sort of summer period of the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, a nice pair. And also this particular Dunk Low Pro B is like the version 1 of the SB Dunk with the thinner tongue, and then also the outsole being very similar to the original Dunk Lows rather than the new sort of standard for the SB Dunks. And also from New Balance, we've got the 1906 loafer. Both are nice colorways. One's got this khaki colorway, and the other one is like this beige cream colorway, and look really nice in my opinion. And I think the mesh and the suede overlays again look really clean. What I will say is the sizing on these are a bit difficult. You kind of want to mainly sort of go down half size and sort of break them in really, otherwise they have a lot of slippage on them. So that's kind of my recommendation. And also from Nike, we've got the Air Max Muse. Bunch of these have sort of already released before and kind of re-releasing now. They seem to be quite sort of popular. Quite a few different colorways to look at. More sort of a women's shoe, and that's what they've been marketed at, and they have like this pointed toe box. But like I said, they've been popular, and I think they've been selling out, especially with the Veneda Carter one. Also from New Balance, we've got the 204L. This is a really nice looking sneaker in my opinion. Low profile, taking inspiration from the 70s, and I guess mostly sort of the Adidas sort of silhouettes from that time period really, and it's got that cross between the 1906R. What I will say is the price is expensive here in the UK and EU, priced at sort of £120, which is about $140, but I know in the US they're retailing for $110, so I think that's kind of what's going to probably kill them in all honesty. It's just the pricing, because you wouldn't buy these over a pair of Adidas slimline trainers, because you can sort of pick those up quite cheap and sometimes even on sale. From Nike, we've got the Total 93. So this is part of the soccer trend at the moment. This is in this sort of fur color, really nice in my opinion. I think overall a nice looking sneaker. It's one of those ones where it's I suppose a bit of an odd choice. It's at the end of the day, it's a soccer shoe, so for people who are fans of soccer and like this kind of sort of shoe, I guess it'll be popular, especially good for people who play football outdoors. Yeah, definitely worth grabbing for that reason. And also from Bad Bunny, we've got the Adidas Gazelle Indoor. Really nice pair of sneakers in my opinion. I'm not sure about these newer models. I've been trying to look at all the photos, but the insole looks slightly different on these compared to the original pairs that released, which was the San Juan pair and also the white pair. I think it's called Wonder White. But both of those pairs, or Benito actually, but both of those pairs had like two different types of insoles that you got with this. I don't think you do with these ones, and it's got kind of like a standard insole, so that'll probably change the comfort level on these a bit, and maybe even the materials have been changed. But this one, I'm not sure, it's supposed to be a Puerto Rico exclusive, but do keep an eye out. I mean, they've got marked down as 30th of July, so I imagine if they do release more of a wider release, then it'll probably be on the Bad Bunny website. And then also from Tyrese Maxey, we've got the New Balance Hero Pack, which is based upon inspiration from superheroes, hence why the colours. But also the Hesi Low 2 is the signature sneaker for Tyrese Maxey, but the 1906R is a kind of a throwback to the runners that he likes, and like I said, and their superhero influence. And also from Nike, we've got this Superfly Luxe Pony Hair Pack. It's been sort of more marketed at women. I don't know if they were women's shoes 20 odd years ago, but that's what they've been marketed as now. And they also have that kind of sort of funny shape at the front of the toe box where they're sort of more slimmer, so they kind of appeal to women more. And also from New Balance, we've got two different colorways of 991 V2, Grape Sorbet and Branded Camp Apricot. Both colorways look really nice in my opinion, but still not top tier. I regard the Winter Flare and the Turbulence colorways as being top tier. And also from Jordan Brand, we've got the Air Jordan 1 High OG Self-Expression. So Jay the Sneaker Guy did showcase these a few weeks ago, and took sort of acetone to the upper. And also from Nike, we've got the ACG Phassad Yellow Zest. This is again a sneaker from the early 2000s, and because it's got sort of the trail sort of vibe to it, it should be one of those sort of I suppose shoes that will be good for the outdoors and for things like hiking as well. So I think probably releasing them maybe slightly at the wrong time during July, but it could have been held back for another sort of 6 weeks and going into sort of the autumn time. And also from Puma, we've got the La France Runner. This one I'm just not a fan of, really. I thought I'd mention them because they do look quite sort of unique and different, but it's just not something that I would be interested in. And also from Adidas, we've got the Don Issue 7. These are sort of yin yang colorways, being black and one being white. Overall, I think it's a nice shoe. Got that sort of futuristic Adidas basketball aesthetic to it. And also from End, we've got the Asics Gel-Nimbus 10.1 Milk. So this is paying homage to, I guess, the milk deliveries, and overall, I think it's a clean colorway. Looks really nice in my opinion. Obviously, I'm a bit of a sucker for white and blue. And then also from New Balance, we've got the 1500 Elevated. So this is supposed to be using premium materials, so I imagine it'll be more pricier than a regular New Balance 1500. So I'm not sure how popular it will be, but being this sort of black colorway is quite sort of safe as well. And from Kobe, we've got this 9 Elite Low Team Bank collection. So here in the UK and EU, these really dropped on the Nike app, and similar to the Kobe 8, it came out in the sort of black and the white versions. But I think in the US they'll have more colorways coming out, so that all 6 colorways. I think one of them was red, and then you've got a navy pair as well, and obviously these 2 pairs. And also from Jordan Brand, we've got the Air Jordan 10 OG Steel Grey. So I think these will be popular in my opinion. They've got the original sort of toe box panel on it, but I think being this sort of reimagined look to it, I still think they'll be popular because Jordan 10s don't come out too often. So this one, again, like I said, it looks nice as well, and I think they've done a good execution on it. Jordan 10s aren't that popular, but just feel like a lot of people will be after these because of the fact that there hasn't been that many being released. And also from Undefeated, this should be coming out on their website on the 2nd of August. It's a Jordan 4. Not too much to say about it. It is what it says on the tin. It's just a really nice looking trainer. It was influenced from military jackets. But overall, like I said, just really, really clean, and definitely, want to try and grab a pair of these. It's kind of one of the most anticipated sneakers of the year.